Have you ever felt like a ghost in your own life? You wake up, you go to work, you come home, you sleep, and then you do it all over again. You watch the calendar pages turn, realizing that another year has passed, but you are exactly where you were 12 months ago. You have the same bank account, the same problems, and the same exhaustion. You tell yourself, I just need a break. You tell yourself, I just don't have enough time. But what if I told you that the problem isn't time? What if you were throwing away the most valuable hour of your life without even knowing it exists? Once upon a time, in a gray industrial city covered in a blanket of smog, lived a man named Arthur. Arthur was 32, but his eyes looked 50. He wasn't lazy. He worked harder than anyone he knew. He was a data entry clerk at a logistics firm. Every morning at 7 a.m., he squeezed into a crowded subway, smelling the sweat of strangers, holding a cold metal pole, staring at the floor. He spent 8 hours a day typing numbers for a boss who didn't know his name. By 6 p.m., his brain felt like mush. He would take the same subway home, walk up 3 flights of stairs to his dim apartment, and collapse. Arthur's evening routine was a ritual of survival: frozen dinner, cheap beer, and television. He told himself he deserved this. He needed to switch off. So from 7 p.m. until midnight, Arthur consumed. He watched other people live exciting lives on screens while his own life gathered dust. He numbed his mind until the alarm screamed the next morning. He was running on a hamster wheel, sweating, panting, but never moving an inch. The turning point didn't happen in a boardroom. It happened in a laundromat on a rainy Sunday. Arthur was staring at his phone, mindlessly scrolling, when he noticed the old man sitting next to him. The man wore a pressed suit and was reading a complex textbook on structural engineering. Curiosity got the better of Arthur. "Excuse me, sir," he said. "Aren't you a little old to be studying engineering?" The old man didn't look up immediately. He marked his page, turned his steel gray eyes to Arthur, and smiled gently. "You were never too old to build a new life, son. The problem with most people isn't their age, it's that they sell their freedom for cheap entertainment." Arthur felt defensive. "Easy for you to say. I work 40 hours a week. By the time I get home, I'm dead. I don't have time to learn." The old man laughed, a dry, knowing sound. "You don't have time? Everyone has the same 24 hours, the beggar and the billionaire. Let me ask you, what do you do between 9 p.m. and 10 p.m.? Arthur shrugged. "I watch TV. I relax. I need to unwind." The old man leaned forward, his expression intense. "That is why you are poor. Not because of your job, but because of your evening. Your boss buys your hours from 9 to 5. That time belongs to him. But the time after work, that belongs to you. And what do you do with your treasure? You throw it in the trash." Arthur sat in stunned silence. The old man took a napkin and wrote the number 365. "If you give me just 1 hour, the 25th hour, every single night for a year, that is 365 hours of focused learning. In that time, you can learn a language, code, or design. Most people try to change their whole life at once, and they fail. I am asking you to change 1 hour." The old man stood up. "The 9 p.m. hour is the gate between who you are and who you want to be. Use it or lose it." Arthur walked home in the rain, those words burning in his mind. Your boss buys your day. Your evening belongs to you. That night, the clock ticked towards 9 p.m. Arthur's body went on autopilot, reaching for the remote. His brain screamed, "Just watch 1 episode, start tomorrow." But he remembered the napkin. He put the remote down, He walked to his dusty kitchen table and opened his laptop. He didn't know where to start, so he just searched for Introduction to Web Development. The first night was hell. His eyes blurred. He felt stupid. He felt lonely. His phone buzzed with friends inviting him to play games. He ignored them. When 10 p.m. hit, he closed the laptop, exhausted but feeling a strange spark. He hadn't consumed, he had created. The first week was a battle. Every night at 8:59 p.m., the resistance kicked in. I have a headache. One day won't hurt. But Arthur made a rule. I can sit at the table and do nothing, but I cannot turn on the TV. So he sat, and eventually he worked. By day 30, something shifted. The 9 p.m. hour stopped feeling like punishment and became his sanctuary. While the rest of the city was distracted, Arthur was building his exit plan. He realized that while his co-workers complained about wages, they went home and did nothing to change it. Arthur was different now. He had a secret. 6 months passed. The seasons changed outside his window. Arthur didn't get a promotion. His boss was still ungrateful. But Arthur wasn't the same man. He had built a portfolio. He had learned a skill the market valued. One Tuesday morning, exactly 1 year later, Arthur walked into his boss's office. His hands were steady. "Sir," Arthur said, "I am handing in my notice." His boss didn't look up. "You quit? Don't be stupid, Arthur. You have bills. You'll be back crawling to me in a month." Arthur smiled, a smile of peace. He placed a contract letter on the desk from a major tech company. It offered triple his current salary. "I won't be back," Arthur said softly. "I didn't just find a new job, sir. I built a new life, and I did it 1 hour at a time while you were sleeping." Arthur walked out into the city air. For the first time, the smog didn't bother him. He looked around at the people on their phones, looking tired and defeated. He wanted to shake them. He wanted to say, "You are not trapped. You are just distracted." We all look for a miracle. We look for a lottery win. But the hero is hiding in the mirror, waiting for you to reclaim your time. So I have to ask you, look at your life. Are you tired of the loop? You don't need to quit your job tomorrow. You just need to find your 25th hour. It is hiding right in the middle of your comfort zone. Tonight, when the clock strikes 9 p.m., you will face a choice: the remote control or the pen, the easy path of consumption or the hard path of creation. The world belongs to the people who do. Don't let another year pass you by. That man, Arthur, wasn't a genius. He was just a man who decided to buy his freedom 1 hour at a time. The clock is ticking. Your future is waiting. Will you answer the call?